I'm Margaret Salvano. I'm a retired teacher here in Greenfield. Um, we have noticed that there was a lawsuit in the city of Greenfield that a judge decided there was an illegal appointment of a council member violating the Brown Act. I watched that council meeting online and I was shocked when it happened because having served on a school board for 6 years and done the California school board training on Brown Act and other legal issues for the school system, I knew that that was not an appropriate board action because it wasn't agendized properly at all, and it happened before the regular meeting began. So um, it was shocking. I think it's a serious problem because when the public elects someone to a public office, they trust that that person will act lawfully. If the person does not act lawfully, that's a basic violation of the public trust. There was some discussion among other public who advocate for our city that we were shocked at what happened, and we wondered if there was a legal way to pursue a redress for the action of the council. So um, I'm glad that it was taken to a court process, and I agree with the judge's decision.
My name is Arthur Salvano. I've lived here in Greenfield since 1963. I was a teacher for 40 years before I retired and went back to work for the district for another 13 years. So I have 53 years of experience with all grade levels, all the way through high school, plus adult school. But I also, during that time, was on the city council for 16 years, 4 terms, and I was also on the school board for 5 years and on the planning commission for 7 years. So while I was on the school board and on the city council, we had yearly trainings by the California School Boards Association and the the state cities. Anyway, they were all pretty much devoted to the Brown Act and other laws, and this was yearly. We did it yearly. So I do know, as my wife just told you, we do know the Brown Act, and we knew almost immediately that it was being violated when our council put the Drew Tipton back on the council. And with that in mind, I'm already a part of an advocacy group here in Greenfield, kind of a watchdog group. But so, with that in mind, our group decided to have Andrew come in with his opinion, and that led to a lawsuit on the city for what they had violated the Ground Act for. Okay, and it was the Brown Act was violated as we know it in the fact that this item was not agendized. It was not given the people of the community a chance to come in and be interviewed for the position. The person was just hired with nothing, no procedure, no anything.
My name is Sonia Heredia. I'm a resident of Greenfield, and I'm very disappointed with the appointment they did for Andrew at the city council because they was not transparent. They didn't allow the community, other residents of Greenfield, to have the opportunity to participate. And thank you to Andrew Sandoval for taking this to the court and suing the Greenfield City, because we need to advocate for our community, especially Greenfield. Greenfield is south of Monterey County, and it's most of our residents that are they're Spanish speakers. And also at the same time, we need to advocate more for our community, especially for the most vulnerable ones. They don't know how is the process and what to take place. And I think I just want to say thank you to Andrew to taking the time and advocate for this community, because this community, it's hunger for more information, knowledge, and how to advocate for our community, how to go with a clear process when they're gonna appoint somebody to the city. Mi nombre es Sonia Heredia, soy residente de la ciudad de Greenfield. Estoy aquí porque para agradecer a Andrew Sandoval por tomar el caso hacia la demanda contra la ciudad, por hacer elegir a Tipton como miembro del concilio sin ponerlo en la agenda, sin tomar en cuenta su comunidad. A la misma vez se le agradece porque este es un proceso que tiene que tener transparencia, tienen que notificar a la comunidad y otras personas que estén interesados en participar o ser miembros del concilio. Gracias por el trabajo que hizo Andrew, pudo demandar a la ciudad de Greenfield y tomar una gran victoria, porque esto no fue transparente y no lo hicieron como el derecho, y estuvieron violando mucho el Brown Act, que eso, seguir las reglas de cómo se debe trabajar tanto en el concilio. Se le agradece a Andrew por ayudar a esta comunidad, que es una comunidad muy vulnerable, que en veces nadie puede representar, y los que están en el concilio son la voz de la comunidad y en veces no nos apoyan como deben de ser. Esta comunidad es una comunidad muy vulnerable, necesita quien los represente, quien sea su voz y alce su voz allí por ellos.
Hi, my name is Beatriz Diaz. I'm a Greenfield resident since January 1965. First of all, I would like to say that I want to thank Andrew Sandoval for, his help on the lawsuit and for the victory. Greenfield City Council appointed Drew Tipton, and violated the Brown Act. As a resident of Greenfield and members from the community decided to call Mr. Sandoval, to help us, regarding some of the legalities, and he was able to take it to victory. And the reason for doing this, to trying to get some help from Mr. Sandoval, we think that he's more knowledgeable and knows a lot, about the legalities in the Brown Act. And our residents did not have a fair chance of, speaking out, at the council. It wasn't agendized, and the next thing, there was no application. The due process, I should say, was not done, the way it should have been. So the victory, thank you to Andrew Sandoval, for doing a great job. And some of the residents really don't want to go ahead and, and speak out. And the reason for that is retaliation from the city council, members. Hola, mi nombre es Beatriz Díaz y nomás quería decirles tocante que soy residente de Greenfield desde enero del 1965. Estoy muy envuelta en la comunidad, tanto en la escuela como en el concilio de Greenfield. Nomás quería decirles que la ciudad puso a un council member llamado Tipton ilegalmente. La corte, le pedimos ayuda a Andrew Sandoval, y cual nos ayudó, hizo la demanda y el juez determinó que era ilegal. Tipton, no debería de estar en la mesa porque fue un appointment, ¿verdad? Que no fue hecho derecho.